Hey everyone, it's me, Christine, the host and the creator of Flourish in the Foreign, the podcast that celebrates, elevates, and affirms the voices and stories of Black women across the diaspora living and thriving abroad, while exploring living abroad as a pathway to wellness. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. So today I have decided to go live to chat with you all about your questions about building a business abroad. Now, if you have listened to the podcast before, and even if you haven't, I actually have 2 episodes that really talk about building a business abroad. One is called Build a Business Abroad Part 1, and the other one is called Build a Business Abroad Part 2. You can actually go to the grid here in Flourish in the Foreign on IG. You can go to the grid. You can check out little samples, audiograms, reels of each of those episodes. The first part of Build a Business Abroad Part 1 actually is a compilation of so many of the past podcast guests who already have a business abroad and who is doing it, right? The second part 2, is me just waxing poetic, preaching to y'all about the reasons why you should build a business abroad and how to kind of do that, and also my personal philosophy on how to build a business abroad. I see some of y'all joining me. Let me know. Let me say hey y'all. Tell me hey in the comments. Also in the comments, tell me where are you tuning in from. If you are already an entrepreneur and a business owner, put in the comments your website so everybody can check you out, or just tell us what you do. And also, if you're already abroad, tell us where you are tuning in from. If you're not abroad, tell us where you want to be tuning in from. Let us know. And if you have any specific questions about building a business abroad as we kind of go through this very casual chat, put it in the question box, because the comments, they'll go by and I'll scroll, but the questions, I really want to be able to give those like first priority, and they'll get lost in the comments, okay? So questions about building a business abroad, question box. Comments about who you are, if you have your own business, let us know where you're tuning in from, where you want to be abroad. Put that in the comments, okay? So yes, today I'm really excited to talk to all of you about some of the questions that you guys have. I posted on IG about some of the questions, or I asked you for some of the questions you have about building a business abroad. I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to be talking about one of the biggest myths about building a business, and that is that it takes such a long time to make money. A lot of people think that it takes 3 years to break even. It takes a really long time to make money, so I can never do it. And that's a huge falsehood. It's not true. I'm going to tell you why some people may have had that experience so that you don't have that experience. But it's not true, okay? I'm going to continue doing these lives, but I am going to do them on YouTube. This live was actually supposed to be on YouTube yesterday, but I've been kind of up and down under the weather. I'm okay. I don't got the thing that's going around, but it's been up and down. So y'all pray for me. I feel better. I feel strong. So we'll be back on schedule soon, okay? We'll be back on schedule soon. All right, let us get started. And first, hey, it's Janefa. Hey, Janefa, how are you? Janefa says, hey, Christine, I hope to be in Mexico, www.janefaperkinscoaching.com. Yes, now, slight plug, which I will probably plug throughout the entirety of this chat. But Janefa is actually a member of the very first cohort of Build a Business Abroad group coaching, which I'm going to talk to you guys about what that is, why I created it, why I am qualified to do it and all those things later. But shout out to Janefa. We're going to be working together again this quarter and really, really kick some booty. I'm really excited about that. So thank you. And Janefa, tell everybody about your business. Tell them about what you do so people can check you out as we talk. Okay. So I want to get, and I wrote it down, but I didn't put on my glasses because I'm too cute to put on my glasses today. Story of my life. All right. So the first question that I got in the question box was, how much capital do you need to start a business? So the thing about that question is that it is crazily general. Okay. Thank you so much for the person who submitted it, but it is very general. So if you ask me how much money, how much capital do you need to start a business? It really depends on so many things, right? What type of business are you going to start? Is it going to be a wholly online business? Will you have products, physical products that you'll be selling? Will you have a physical like storefront? If you have a physical product, is it on demand that you are producing this, or do you need warehouse space? There's so many things to talk about capital. So it's very general. It's a very general question, but I'm glad that you asked it because I actually talk a lot about some of the key considerations that you really need to go through in depth before you start trying to build a business in my Build a Business Abroad guide, which is free for now. For now, it's free. So go to flourishintheforeign.com, download the Build a Business Abroad guide, and it has all of those things in there. And actually on Flourish in the Foreign, in the blog, I have like 4 different blogs about building a business. I have 4 different blog posts about key considerations, who should do it, who shouldn't do it. So please check out these free resources that I created so that you can help yourself to really gain some knowledge. Thank you all to all of you who's now joined us. Hello. Please put your name in the comments. Tell us where you're tuning in from. Tell us about your business. If you have a business, tell us about it. You can totally promo in the comments here. Do your little elevator pitch in the comments. Put your website in the comments. And if you have any questions specifically about building your business, regardless of which level or size that you are at, put it in the question box, okay? Please do that because I'm super excited. All right. And hey, Carla, I see you, Carla. All right. And Janefa says, I am a health coach. I help professional women of color recover from burnout to reclaim their lives with positivity and joy. Ooh, yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. So let us continue with the next question. So the question was, how much capital do you need? And that I just said, that is a crazy, just large, general question, right? I actually did ask the person, so if you're watching this on replay, hello, what exactly type of business are you talking about? What are you thinking? And they said tourism. And so that didn't really help me that much because what in tourism, right? So I think this is a really good learning moment, okay? If you actually have already downloaded Build a Business Abroad guide, you have already received also a free training. Yeah, I give away a lot of free stuff, and I don't know if y'all know about it, but it's all on the website. So I gave away a free training of me talking about the fundamentals to building a business. Okay, so one of the biggest things about building a business and doing successfully so that it can be agile or quote unquote mobile is to really understand and know your business. You need to be able to be specific as possible, because if you're not specific, then your target market or your audience or your hopeful clients and customers will be confused. And if you're confused, you say no. I know I do. If I'm like, what do you do? And you're like, and then it does this, I'll be like, okay. No, I don't. Because I don't know what it does, right? So, case in point, as I just read from Genefa, she told us exactly what she does, who she helps. You see what I'm saying? So you can say yes or no. That's one of the biggest fundamentals to building a business, okay? If you haven't gone through my workshop, I think you should. So definitely get that website, definitely get that guide, and definitely check out that free training, okay? What else we talk about in that free training is kind of like my thoughts and my skeletal outline of a business, which is you need to understand, one, your why. Why do you want to start a business and take it abroad? If you want to start a business, take it abroad because you don't think you can get a job abroad, because you really would prefer employment abroad, building a business is not for you. Entrepreneurship is not in place of getting a job. And you know why? Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You really got to want to create a business, and it's not for everyone, and that's okay. That's totally fine. But you need to want to create a business, right? You want to create your own assets, perhaps. You can have assets as an employee to someone, you can. But if you want to create your own business, that needs to be really like the forefront, okay? Because you can get a job abroad. I've had so many people on the podcast, on IG Live, on the YouTube that can help you get a job abroad. It's not even funny. Like, they could get you a job and you could be gone in the next 6 months. So if that's what you really want, then don't build a business, okay? The second thing is to understand your number. Understand your number. You need to know what is the number that makes your world go round. And that kind of specificity is something that a lot of people shirk away from. A lot of people will just say, I want a 6-figure business. No, absolutely not. I'm not playing those games with you. No. What is a 6-figure business? $100,000, $999,000. You're just like, anything sounds good? No, specificity. So if specificity is needed to sell the product, specificity is needed to build the product, build the business. And a lot of people don't want to talk about money because you have maybe money stories, money blocks, or what have you that make you kind of glaze over and just kind of freeze about it. But if you are trying to build a business and a successful business, and how about this? A business is only a business if it makes money. You can have a website, you can have an IG, and you can have tons of followers, but if you ain't making money, this is a hobby and this is just fun for you, period. Like, I don't care if you got an LLC, that means you got a business. If you don't make money, you don't have a business, okay? So it's important that you start getting comfortable with your numbers. You need to understand what number would make your life go round, right? That would be your profit take home that you need. And then you can extrapolate how much money and revenue you need to bring in and all those types of things once you figure out the type of business that you have, your overhead expenses. But let's be real. If you want to build a business and stay home, or build a business and take it abroad, you need to be really comfortable with your numbers. It doesn't mean that you have to be like the best finance person in the world. Maybe you made mistakes in the past. Maybe you're like a little shaky right now. But if you commit yourself to doing what you need to do to understand your business and your numbers, you can take it step by step. You don't have to be a finance whiz to figure it out. It really is just addition and subtraction. And maybe some algebra when we start getting into, sales funnels and data-driven decisions and stuff like that. But anyway, I guess it's really not scary. But those are the two things, right? First is your what. The second is your why. And for everyone who has joined, Hello, I'm Christine. I'm the host and creator of Flourish in the Foreign, a podcast that you hopefully have already listened to. Would love it. If you haven't, listen to the podcast. Today we're talking about building a business abroad. We're talking about some of the questions that you guys have given me through the IG Live, and I'm going to be talking about the myth that says, or people say, if you start a business, it takes a long time to make money, which is not true. It just isn't. So yeah, if you have just joined me, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if you have a business, tell us what it is, give us the website, let's check you out. If you want to start a business, tell us what you want to start. If you are already abroad, tell us where you are. If you're not abroad, tell us where you want to go. And if you have any questions about anything I'm saying about building business abroad, or if you have any questions about living abroad, put them in the question box and I will talk to you guys about it. I should also say I live in Spain. Yes, I live abroad and I live in Spain. And I've lived in Spain for the past 5 years. So if you have any questions about living in Spain, let me know. Okay, I have this third point that I want to get to, which is leveraging your skills and your expertise. Okay, so first was understanding why you want to start a business. 2 is understanding your number, how much money makes your world go round, like how much, because it really starts dictating the type of business that you have, right? But also the third one is about really understanding your personal expertise and leveraging those things. The reason why I think that's really important is because, yes, you can go on the internet and find an article that says 5 million online businesses to start so that you can go abroad. Yes, you can. That's not what I recommend though. I actually recommend that you just leverage your own expertise, your own knowledge, you package it and you sell it. I recommend that because I think it's easier. It's easier than learning something new, for sure. And with entrepreneurship, you're always learning something new for your business and things like that. But the thought of that you have to start at zero to start a business is just not true. It's not true. Now, if you want to, if you're like, I've always been an accountant, but now my dream is to be a professional ice cream sommelier. I don't know. Okay, so you may have to start at zero, depending on maybe you've been doing this as a hobby, so maybe you're not actually starting at zero or what have you, but you don't have to start at zero. Like, you don't have to do drop shipping because everyone says drop shipping is how you have an online business. And don't get me started on drop shipping. Like, don't get me started because I have thoughts about it. I have thoughts. So it's really important for you to bet on yourself and take your expertise and your talents, package them, and then just sell it. That's the easiest. I think sometimes what I find with a lot of my clients, so my clients in Build a Business Abroad, group coaching, but also I have quarterly retainer clients in my business strategy business arm of the business. And what I find is that I have a lot of fantastic, brilliant, competent women entrepreneurs that I just love. I love my clients. But a big mental block that a lot of them have is that they're in entrepreneurship mode and they want to cut off everything else. Like that corporate job that was toxic or whatever, it was toxic, and they're like, they want to cut it off and never talk to it again. And I get it. Bump those people, whatever it is, like, I get it. But the thing is that, yeah, that might have been a toxic situation and stuff like that, but you did still gain amazing contacts, amazing experience, right? Authority and credibility in your field. So unless you completely don't want to go and do what you used to do, which is fine, because we can always repackage your skills into something else, into a different industry, I just don't think you should totally cut that off, because that's actually like a really easy way to package it up, sell it, and go abroad. And to sell it at the price and in the currency that you want, to make the money that you want, right? So you could be living in Thailand, but you could still be making USD at a rate that far exceeds your cost of living in Thailand, right? You can be engaging in geo arbitrage, hopefully ethically. Yes, yes. All right, so for everyone who has joined, let me know where you're calling in from. I don't know, like this is a radio show. Where you're calling in from. Tell me if you have a business. Put the business website in the comments. Let me know if you're abroad. Like where are you? Let me know. If you're not abroad, let me know where you want to be. If you have any questions for me about building a business abroad, about my business, about the podcast, about living in Spain, about living abroad, put them in the question box and we're going to talk about it. Okay? All right. So let me get to these comments. Who is this? Ed Leva 415. What up? What up, Ed? Rose Apple Global. Carla, I'm in the Dominican Republic and I've lived abroad in 6 countries using my career. Yes. Shout out to Carla. Carla has been on the podcast and on the YouTube. Carla's I don't know what number. She was early on. I want to say episode 5. I'm just gonna put that out there. Carla is actually an amazing resource. Okay, she has been abroad in higher education, in international higher education, for I think more than 20 years. I think. Let me know if I got that wrong. I'm sorry, but she's very experienced and knows what she's talking about. Okay. And now she's in the Dominican Republic, enjoying that tropical life. Love that for you. All right, Ed says, I'm an accountant with a failed drop shipping biz and I love ice cream. Okay, thanks, Ed. Okay, so let us continue. Okay, so if you miss what I said at the very beginning, don't worry, I'm going to repeat it over and over again, which is great because repetition is how we all learn, guys. It is how we all learn. So the first thing I said was if you are interested in building a business abroad and you don't know where to start, first thing you need to do is download my Build a Business Abroad guide, which you can find at flourishintheforeign.com/resources. Download that. Also, within that guide, in like a following email, I actually give you access to a free training in which I talk about the whole philosophy and basically how you build a business from like a skeleton point of view, the foundation of a business. So if you're really serious about it, you should watch that because it's free. So I don't know what else how to sell it to you. It's free and it's great. And I talked to myself, meaning you, for about like an hour and a half about it. So enjoy that. Also, if you have not listened to Build a Business Abroad Part 1 and Part 2 on the podcast, go ahead and do that. For some great inspiration, Part 1, compilation of a lot of the guests who already have businesses, wide-ranging kind of businesses, right? We have products, we have fine art, we have online businesses, we have services, we have brick and mortar. Like we have anything you're looking for, just about the type of business is already been on the podcast, right? So it's already been done. And on Part 2, I talk about my philosophy in building a business abroad, why you need to bet on yourself, and why you need to leverage your own expertise and your own talents in the service of your own dreams. Yeah, I do believe in that. And I'm taking questions from all of you about building business abroad. I had some questions in the IG story that I already answered. The first one was about how much capital that you need. And I said, that's a really broad question. I talked about it. So if this is replay for you, rewind it. But also check out my blog post that I talk about key considerations for building a business abroad. It's going to answer a capital question, right? Because capital, like investment in your business, your initial startup, depends on a lot of things. It depends on the type of business that you have. It depends on infrastructure. It depends on your expertise. Do you know what you're doing? Do you have partners? It depends on a lot of things. It depends on where you think you want to go. Visa requirement. It's a very broad question, so I can't really give you an answer. Whoever asked me it. If you're in this live, please answer and tell me more. If you're not in this live, leave me a comment later. Okay? All right. Hello, Map Snacks. Hello. How are you? Let us know about your business, Map Snacks. We're talking about building a business abroad. That's what we're talking about. Hey, Hala. Hey. And it's Corinne. Oh my goodness. Okay, hey guys. Hey everyone. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you have a business, put the business in the comment. Put your website. Tell us if you are abroad, tell us where you are abroad. If you're not abroad, tell us where you want to be abroad. And if you have any questions about building a business abroad, put it in the question box. Or if you have any questions about living abroad in general, right? So like, I live in Spain. Got any questions about that? Europe, or any of the people that I've interviewed. I've interviewed so many fantastic women who are so fantastic. I actually just was recording for season 2 today. And you guys are going to love season 2. I was going to say it. I'm going to call it right now. Y'all love it. Y'all love it. Okay, let's go on to the next question. The next question was, which country... Well, I can't read my handwriting. Hold on. Which country is the easiest to build a business? Oh, yeah, okay. The question was like, which country is the easiest to build a business and then move abroad to? Which again was really confusing, but also very general. Okay, so let's get into it. When you're building a business abroad, when we talk about which country is easiest to immigrate to, that depends all on you. It depends on your life. It depends on what you're looking for. It depends on how much money you got. It depends on sometimes your health status. It depends on your background check. It depends on all these things. So let's get down to that. When people are like, which is the easiest country to immigrate to? A lot of people would say like Mexico or stuff like that. And now Mexico has started to lock down some stuff. Not really. This will require people to go through the proper process of getting residency and getting a proper visa, which you should already want to do. No, don't let me get on the soapbox, but let me just get on it a little bit. You should want to get proper visa, proper paperwork. You know why? Because if you have proper paperwork and things like that, when like a pandemic happens, you are accounted for and you have like rights and things like that. Don't be out here in these international streets trying to slip and slide because you heard somebody slip and slide for you. You know, I love podcasts, I love blogs, but sometimes I feel like y'all take a lot of this stuff to heart for some of the people who don't do things properly, and it's gonna get y'all in trouble. Okay, so let me just get off my soapbox. Get proper visas, get proper documentation. You know, if you want to be a digital nomad and do tourist visa runs, okay, but actually I feel like the time and the days of visa runs are gonna be gone soon. I think the pandemic has changed a lot, and I don't think a lot of places are gonna be doing that, because a lot of places are starting to implement digital nomad visas, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. But let me come back to what we're actually talking about, which is the easiest country to immigrate to / the easiest country to take a business to. Yeah, so who are you and what do you want is the biggest thing. That's the thing. I really, really stress this in the Moving Abroad with Intention workbook and also course. I really stress it to people. And if you listen to the podcast, I really stress like autonomy, and I really stress like getting to know yourself. Yes, you can lean on experts and people who've done things before so that you can get like some bearings and be like, okay, that's what I can expect. But nobody can tell you what place is the best place for you to move to. No, because nobody is you, and nobody knows what you want and who you are and what your hopes and dreams are. So when you ask me, what is the easiest country to immigrate to? What's the easiest country to build a business to? I can't give you an answer because I don't know you. And also, what does easy even mean to you? What does easy mean to you? Because easy doesn't mean the same thing to you as it does to me. Same goes for when people are like the cheapest country to move to. Cheapest to you doesn't mean the same to me. People are like, where's a country where I can have a beach and I don't know, a low cost of living or something, like all these kind of weird things. And it's like, sit with yourself and actually write what you want. Do not ask other people, okay? Sit with yourself and know what you want. Because when you know what you want, you ask better questions. When you ask better questions, you actually get the momentum that you're wanting. But a lot of times, I think people are, maybe afraid of, actually voicing what they want. And so they kind of do these like general questions and things like that. So don't do that. Don't do that. The easiest country to build a business abroad in, you need to decide what business that you're building to, what does easiest mean to you? What are your priorities as a business owner? That's super duper important. What are your priorities as a business owner? Is maintaining intellectual property really important to you? Is having government assistance and funding really important to you? Is being able to sponsor yourself and or other family members or teammates, workmates important to you? That's really important when we're talking about building a business, okay? So I'm going to put that out to you. We're going to keep on talking about building a business because that's my favorite topic in the entire world is talking about business. I love talking about business, especially with Black women, women of color. I love empowering Black women and women of color to bet on themselves and take their businesses and really create the financial wellness that they're looking for and also the professional wellness that they're looking for. I also want to say this. I want you guys to know that, and we're going to get to this about the myth of it takes so long to make money in my business. It doesn't take too long. It doesn't. It depends on the type of business that you have, right? So maybe if you're starting an oil refinery business, which you should not for the environment, like maybe that will take some time to like break even. It's a lot of startup costs, right? But if you have like an online business and you have services, packages, it's like a digital kind of thing. It doesn't take a lot of time. The biggest issue that you're having is that your energy is scattered and your message is scattered. So you're not getting any traction. You need to be very focused about your messaging and who you're talking to. And then when you're focused on your messaging and who you're talking to, then you can create an audience. Then you can make it into a community. Then you can get them through your funnel and make them clients. Okay? It's something I talk about all the time. I talk to my Build a Business Abroad group all the time. I'm like, you don't have to have a huge email list to actually make money and consistent money. But you don't have to have thousands and thousands of people on your email list, right? You really don't at all. It's just about, are you being strategic about your time? Are you being strategic about how you're building your business? Understand that building a business is building an asset. Are you thinking about building a business as an asset, either for you to sell or to pass down in legacy? Or are you thinking of a business as if you're an employee, right? Like it's something I got to do. And you're just kind of like doing things just to be busy, right? Or are you actually utilizing your time and your resources in a productive manner and in a manner that is going to bear the most fruit? I'm also really, really passionate about talking about building a business of ease and how you can plant one seed and have many, many harvests. That's a big thing for me too. But I'm going to keep on talking. If you've joined me and you haven't introduced yourself, introduce yourself. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know. All right, we have hello from Salone. Yes, how is Sierra Leone? if you're still here, let me know how Sierra Leone is. How I used to live in Barcelona. We lived in Barcelona at the same time. Now she lives in Sierra Leone. Maps next. Hey, I make art from satellite imagery, Etsy.com. Maps next. Cool. Love it. Cool. Carla Roseapple Global, expat career strategist, coaching and consulting, higher education focus. Take your career abroad. Roseapple Global, roseappleglobal.com. I have worked for 12 years in higher education abroad. 12 years, yes. What did I say? I said 20 years. Sorry. 12 years abroad. Yes. Very. Maps next. Not a formal business yet, but I'm getting there. Get there. Keep going. Keep going. If you have any questions, put them in the question box for sure. One curvy chick. Tanisha, currently in Ohio. Hey, Tanisha. Hope you're staying warm. I heard like it's cold in the States right now, like with a lot of snow. So stay warm. Working on my visa for Portugal, trying to figure out how to package my services. Okay, Tanisha, tell us what are your services that you need help packaging? Tell us what do you do? And maybe we could talk about it. Let us know. Janefa says, nah, girl, stay on the soapbox. Tell the truth. Sometimes I feel like people don't want me to tell the truth. And look, it's definitely not about popping anyone's bubble or anything like that. It's not about discouraging anyone. Nothing like that. If anything, if you know the podcast, you know that it is not about going abroad. And it surely is not about being abroad. It's about thriving abroad. I want y'all to go abroad and stay abroad. I don't want y'all to struggle. And so that's why I come at y'all the way that I do. Because, I know that there's a lot of different voices in the expat moving abroad space. And that's great. There's a lot of cool people. But there's also some people who are just like, no, my cousin just left with $5 and then got a six-figure paying job in, I don't know, Bahrain or something. Maybe he did. I don't know. I'm just saying, don't do that. I'm saying actually take the time to understand yourself, understand what living a life well lived abroad means to you, understand what you're hoping for in this next chapter of your life. Understand that, you can't actually create a life well lived if you're trying to escape from something. You actually have to cast a vision forward. You have to be proactive. You have to be engaged in the cultivation of this next chapter in your life. Simply changing geographic location does not change your life. It doesn't. And I wish I could explain it to you guys. I have people on the podcast who talk about it, but you will bring the same problems, you will bring the same circumstances to a situation in a completely different country, attract the same people, speaking a different language to you, if you're not clear about what this new vision is for your life, and if you are not an active participant in cultivating that life. You have to get your hands dirty, and you have to be really, aware of what you're doing. So, all right, Janetta says, Christine can help you figure out how to package your services. Yes, I can. I can do that. Join the Build a Business Abroad group coaching. Yes, you can. Go check it out at the website flourishintheforeign.com / build business abroad. All right, we have Miss Angela who's coming in from Canada. Hey, Miss Angela, are you cold? I know that's such an ignorant thing. That's probably what everyone says to you, but goodness, I just saw that it's so much snow in the US right now. So I just feel like everything is like Arctic tundra. And I've been chilly here in Spain, but it's been like 54 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm from Atlanta. I used to live in Miami. So I'm like, I have my hat on, cold. All right. Miss Angela, born in the UK, now living in Canada. Just launched a new career in economic development in the creative and culture sector for regions and cities. Miss Angela, what part of Canada are you living in? Because I actually have a participant in my Move Abroad with Intention course who is from the UK and is moving to Toronto. And if you're in Toronto, I'd love to put you guys together because I just want everyone to be friends, basically. But I love that. Launch a new career in economic development and creative and culture sector. I love that, love that, love that. Yes, it's minus 11 degrees. I don't even know. Oh, Miss Angela, like my brain can't even comprehend what is minus 11. Like it can't. I have no idea. Stay safe. Stay safe, okay? Okay, you're in Ontario. Is Toronto in Ontario? I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm clearly an ignorant, I was going to say American, but United States person. Okay, sure, link us up. Okay, I will. Let me make a note of that, actually, because I will forget. Oh, Miss Angela. Okay. Oh, Miss Angela. And Clover. She was actually just in Canada, in Toronto for Look-See. She might still be in Toronto on her Look-See right now. That could be cool. Okay, I'm going to shoot you guys an IG DM and maybe we'll chat. Maybe you won't. That's fine by me. Don't feel any pressure. It's not weird. Nothing like that. All right, so let's continue talking about building a business abroad. Hey, everyone who has joined us, either maybe in the replay or just right now. I'm Christine. I'm the host and creator of Flourish in the Foreign, the podcast that celebrates, elevates, and affirms the voices and stories of Black women living and thriving abroad while also exploring living abroad as a pathway to wellness. Why? You know what? I actually got this question. Why is your podcast only about Black women? Why? Because I'm a Black woman. There's that. But also because our stories are not told in mainstream media. And if so, it's not told by us. And this is a podcast by us, and for all the people that enjoy us and enjoy our stories. And so we do have tons and tons of people in the audience who don't identify as a woman, who don't identify as Black, and they still enjoy the stories. But this podcast centers Black women's stories. And that's just what it's going to be. And that's what's going to be forever and amen. Today we're talking about building a business abroad. And this is my favorite topic because I'm a business strategist. I've been a business strategist ever since I was in law school, which is so long ago. It makes me feel very uncomfortable, but that's just what it is. Time keeps on passing. So what does a business strategist do? A business strategist, in my opinion, how I define what I do, is that one, I hold space for, in the woo-woo sense, I hold space for you. I hold space for your ideas to really unfold, but also practically lawyer hat, business degree. I create and help you execute a strategy to not only ideate, right, to come up with a complete and cohesive and coherent idea, right, but also give you the steps to how you're going to execute that idea, and not just execute that idea, but to execute it and to understand why you're executing it and understand what are the data points that you need to be listening and looking for to help guide you for the next direction. If you have a business, if you've never had a business before, what you will know is that your business and businesses consistently and continually evolve. Coca-Cola from 30 years ago is not the same Coca-Cola today because there's always an evolution. And what drives the evolution? The audience, the customers, the environment. And how do you do that? You do that by engaging in some real deep audience listening and engagement. That's how you do it. And that's what I help my clients do. I help them to get confident and clear on their business idea. I help them to lay out a strategy that really helps to empower them as the leader of their organization. But I also help teach them how to listen to their audience and how to discern that information, how to take in data, and how to make data-driven decisions. right? And how to balance that with your own flavor. That's the whole point. And so when we talk about building a business abroad, it's really important for you to understand, not only as we talked about before, your why do you want to create a business? Why is this important to you? Why don't you want to get a job? Why don't you want to get a job? Your number, but also your skills and your expertise. But it's also really important for you to understand your lifestyle. Let's get into it. Your lifestyle. What is the life you want to live abroad? And the reason why I'm very passionate about building a business abroad, and the reason why I'm really passionate about Black women in particular, and all women of color to go abroad, is because of lifestyle. So a big reason why I created the podcast is that I wanted, one, Black women to tell their own stories, but I wanted to inspire other Black women to go out into the world and find out for themselves and make decisions for themselves, to see for themselves, and then decide what is actually possible for them. It's really, really important in the same vein for you as you build a business abroad to understand what is possible for you. What is possible? And sometimes we don't know what's possible if we've never seen it before. And I think that's also why I'm really passionate about helping Black women and women of color build businesses so that they can create they can be little inspirational nuggets in their communities and show people that it's possible, right? And also to build a business outside, I say specifically of the United States, American kind of framework of outside of a paradigm in which you feel like you have to grind, crush it, kill it, whatever violent term it. You don't have to do that. You don't gotta do that. You can actually build a business that is quite in alignment with your lifestyle and the life you want to live. But again, you have to understand, what is that lifestyle? And a lot of times people just think living abroad is like being on vacation. It's not. It's not. Even if you live in Thailand, even if you live in Bali, it's not like being on vacation. How about that? I'll burst that bubble. Okay? It's not. So it's important for you to stop getting general about things. Right? Stop being general, because honestly, if you're general about it, then you're not passionate about it. You're not passionate about it. If it's general, like, okay, like, well, I'm going to build this business and I'll just like be able to do whatever I want. What do you actually want to do? What do you want to do? You should be very specific. You're fed up. You're tired. You can't stand your job. You can't stand this person. You can't stand that person. You want to get out of here. You want to move. You want to breathe. You want to put it to words, sis. What is it that you want to build this business for? What lifestyle do you want? Tell us. That is the basis of building a business abroad. And the reason why I get so passionate about it is that specificity is key in building a business. Specificity is key in manifestation and in prayer. Specificity is key. So we got to stop being so general about it. If you need to take time to journal, then create time to journal and get it out. I got guides for you. Put it in your own journal. But to think that this general business that's very vague is going to create this very vague life abroad, it's like, it's a lot of work to build a business abroad. It's also a lot of work just to move. Regardless if you have a business or a job, it takes a lot of work to just move. It's a hassle, okay? It's a hassle to move abroad. And it's so important for you to really be clear about it. Hey, Taylor. Hey, how are you, girl? Sorry. Clearly. I'm just easily distracted. But it's really important for you to be as specific as possible in building a business and your motivations for living abroad, moving abroad. Like, this is not, it's too much of a hassle. It's too much actual work to be done for you to be general about it. You need to be passionate about it. And that's also why I'm a big advocate of getting out of this escapism and more into this cultivation. it's easy when you're escaping something, because you're just like, I see, get out for safety in general, right? It's easy to be general about it, but when you're going abroad with a vision and a plan, and you have an idea of what this next chapter is going to look like, cultivation, that requires specificity, and it's super duper important. Okay. All right. I'm actually going to get down to what I was supposed to be talking about like 22 minutes ago. Actually longer. Oh my goodness. I just be talking to myself. All right. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the myth that there's a myth that says if you are an entrepreneur, you're not going to make money until like year 3. And that's not true. It's not true. That it takes a long time for you to make money. And then it's just hard to make money. That's not true. This is what I'm going to say about that. That's not true. What I think a lot of people, why it takes people maybe year 3 to make money, is that by year 3, they have gotten what? Specific. You thought I was done with it. I'm not. They've gotten specific. By year 3, they've gotten specific about what they sell, why they sell it, and who they sell it to. By year 3, and that's why they start making money. Okay, so when I'm on my soapbox, I'm talking about specificity, and you don't want to hear that. You just want to be like, tell me more about drop shipping, Christine. Let me whatever it is. Okay. The reason why you don't make money until year 3 is because you haven't made the decision to really get specific about the type of business that you have. Okay, get specific. Hi, who is this? This is the Aqua Diva. Hey, Aqua Diva. How are you? Let me know where you're tuning in from which country, which city. If you have a business or you want to build a business abroad, tell me about that. If you are wanting to live abroad, or if you're already living abroad, tell me about that. If you have any questions about living abroad or building a business abroad, put it in the question box. Yeah, whatever. But, as I was saying, the reason why a lot of people think making money abroad, or let's just say making money in a business takes a long time, is because the business has lacked specificity. If the business has specificity, the business can make money. You know why? Because it's a business that understands not only what it does, it's what it does as a solution. Key, right? We're in the business of providing solutions. If I understand what I do as a solution, and I understand my client's problem, and I not only understand it in the terms as a technician, but I understand it in layman's terms, because honestly, most of our clients are going to be laymen because they're seeking our expertise to help solve a problem for them, right? If I understand my client, my solution, I understand these two things, I get those things, then making money isn't difficult. It isn't. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not difficult at all. It may require some time for you to get visible, but it doesn't take 3 years to get visible. On this internet, especially in this conditions where everyone's on Zooms and doing all this stuff and podcasts and stuff like that, no. But the issue is that a lot of people don't understand their business. They don't understand their product. They don't understand their product as a solution. They don't understand their client and the issues that they're having, and also understanding the real issues, okay? It's similar to my shoulder hurts. I go to WebMD. I think I have appendicitis in my shoulder because I'm ridiculous, okay? I go to my doctor and I say, doctor, I have appendicitis in my shoulder. And he's like, girl, what? No, right? That's not what's wrong with you. This is what's wrong with you. X, Y, and Z. Okay, when is my shoulder going to feel better? Yes, this is what I'm going to do. Okay? This is what I say that example. A lot of times, your clients don't actually understand the problem that they're having. They don't understand it. They say ridiculous things like I just said right now. And then you can explain to them technically what their issue is. They'll probably glaze over. Or maybe they'll be like, okay. But what they want to know is, are you going to stop my pain? Are you going to stop my pain? Because if you're not going to stop my pain, then I don't care. I don't care if it's appendicitis or if it's just, a sore shoulder from working out. I just want it to stop. That is the reason why a lot of people's businesses do not make money. And that's just a simple fact of it. That's it. It's not actually very complicated at all. It's not complicated at all. I think another thing is that a lot of people, I will say a lot of my clients, when they come to me, don't understand their pricing for their business. A lot of Black women, a lot of women of color underprice themselves, and they underprice themselves in a way in which they will burn out of the market, or they won't even get clients because people will not even take them seriously because they have undervalued their product and service so much. And that happens a lot. So what I really stress to my clients, and it's also why, if you guys remember from the very beginning of this chat, why I stress having a number. Not, a lot of people, you've been on Google, you've been on YouTube, whatever, you learn about price competition, you learn about how to, okay, what is my competition pricing? I'll do similar to them. Yeah, okay, sure, that's interesting. It's interesting data to think about, for sure, but that's actually not what my competition charges. I'll say this for me. What my competition charges for any of my products, any of my services, does not actually influence what I charge. You know what influences what I charge? My number, my goals, my dreams, my bills, and my things that I want to do. That's the lifestyle I want to live. That reflects in my price, and also my expertise, obviously, and my experience. But that's the biggest thing. So when the myth of it takes so long to make money, a lot of times it's the things that we just talked about. One, you're undervaluing yourself, you're underpricing yourself because you aren't positioning yourself as the expert that you are. So you're self-sabotaging, so you're not making no money, or you're making very little money and it doesn't feel like it's worth it because, sis, it's not worth it if you don't make money. It's not worth it. You're not running a charity. It's a business. You got to make money. Another thing is that you haven't been specific. And a lot of times, some of my clients, some of the people I talk to are really afraid. This was so crazy. Black women, women of color, so crazy. You are experts in your field. You are competent. Everybody wants to make you the workhorse because you know how to do everything. And they're like, yeah, this is way outside of your wheelhouse or way outside of your job description, but you know how to do it. But when you go to take the step to build a business for yourself, when you decide to take your own services and you take it and you bet on yourself, then it's like, oh, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. I just don't know. For this dude, for this person, you can do everything and anything and Superwoman, and you just had to do it. But for building your own asset, to build your own business, you're like, I just don't know. And that kind of self-sabotaging behavior, that reflects in pricing and value. It also reflects in unclear messaging. And again, if your messaging isn't clear, then no one's going to buy from you. I'm not going to be confused. You want $5,000 for what? Oh, no. And I don't know. No, this doesn't work like that, right? You have to be very clear in your messaging. You have to be very clear about who you are, what your product does, and who you serve. If you know these things, then making money in a business doesn't take 3 years. It doesn't. It just doesn't. No, it doesn't. Not on Beyonce's internet when you can meet all these different people all around the world. No, it really doesn't. Doesn't at all. So what I want all of you to take from that is that specificity is key if you want to build a business. And remember, you don't have a business if you have an LLC. You have a business when you make money. Period. You can have an LLC all you want. I don't care. If you don't make money, you don't have a business. These are the facts. I don't make up the rules. That's just what it is. Okay. But specificity is key. Specificity is key. You need to be specific in your messaging, and you need to be specific about what you're doing. If you're not clear about what you're doing yet, that's okay. Download the Build a Business Abroad guide. I think it's going to help you get clear about what you do, why you want to do it, and answer these questions so that you can have a more potent message. Also, definitely check out Build a Business Abroad Part 1 and Part 2. on the podcast, because I think that's a really great inspiration for you to get really clear about it. But also, if you are still in the I don't know if I want to build a business abroad, that's okay. That's okay. Make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, Flourish in the Foreign, on YouTube. I'm going to be doing a lot more lives like I was supposed to do yesterday, but I was kind of ill. I'm going to do a lot more lives about building a business because it's my favorite topic, and I'm going to invite some of my friends and acquaintances all around the world to talk about how they build their businesses abroad, which is really fascinating, talking about infrastructure, talking about business registration. I mean, this is probably really nerdy. This is probably not really fascinating to a lot of people, but I find it very fascinating, talking about taxes, talking about, just the climate for entrepreneurs in different places around the world. I really find it really fascinating. Work culture, different things. I find it really, really fascinating. Jewel of the Nile 7. I'm an LPC in the US and would love to have a coaching business abroad. I think that would be awesome. What type of coaching business would you like to have? I'm not familiar with LPC. I'm sorry. Is it nursing? Maybe? I don't know. Tell me what it is. Tell me the type of coaching business that you would like to have abroad. And also what LPC means. I'm sorry. I don't know what it means. And yeah, I could definitely give you some pointers. Also, tell me where abroad are you thinking about going for sure? Because I may know someone already abroad for you. Or I might have someone at least on the podcast that you should listen to, right? Let me know, Jewel of the Nile 7. But yeah, I'm looking forward to bringing to you guys more content about building a business abroad because, again, it is my passion. I love it so much. I'm so blessed to have an amazing business that has really allowed me to live the life of my dreams and get to live abroad, live in Spain, and do whatever I want to do. Really excited about that. I'm really excited that it has allowed me to expand and now do group coaching, which I had never done before. I've only worked exclusively one-on-one and with businesses, and now I get to do group coaching, and I'm very excited about that. It makes me very happy. It's really fun. And I'm just very excited about where Flourish in the Foreign in general will be going this year. And y'all are going to be really excited because it's getting real cute. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It's getting real cute in Flourish in the Foreign. We're doing a lot of cute stuff. Just saying. Jewel of the Nile. I've been thinking about Europe, either Italy or Spain. Okay, well, I live in Spain. So there's that. I live in Spain. I've lived in Spain for the past 5 years. So if you have any questions about living in Spain, put it in the question box. Italy, I've had several people I've interviewed in Italy. I keep on thinking about Victoria, but I just recorded with her for season 2 yesterday. So that's not going to be up there. Latrice in Rome. Who else is in Italy? Wendy was in Venice. When was Wendy's episode? Wendy was she was in Venice and she was in the UK. Anyone else in Italy? Cha studied abroad in Italy. She was in and out. Anyone else? Probably more. I can't think of it right now. But yeah. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions about Spain. Let me know what kind of coaching business that you have. Let me know, for anyone who is watching, if you have any questions about living abroad, if you have any questions about moving abroad, if you have any questions about the podcast, let me know. If you have any questions about building a business, don't be shy. Come on, you can tell me. Let me know if you have any questions at all. And as I said before, building a business abroad is for people who are passionate about it. It's amazing. It's a lot of work. But also you can build a business that, although may take some sweat equity in the beginning to get everything where you need to get it, but then you can really build a business that kind of works on autopilot. Now, for that type of business, depending on what your number is and what you're trying to do, to have a business run on autopilot, and on autopilot is kind of a misnomer because there's always going to be some tweaking and stuff like that. And you got to pay somebody to help run it on autopilot. Like, there's that. But to get a business up and running on quote unquote autopilot, I think that is more accurate for like the 3 years, 4 years, right? The myth was like, you don't make money until like year 30. And I'm like, no. But I think getting a business to run on autopilot, like autopilot, like maybe year 3, year 4. If you have been specific and if you have been knowing your audience and your business since year 1, hell yeah, yes, you can definitely probably get to that level, because if you know your product and your service and you know your audience, then it becomes about tweaking perhaps your sales funnel and how you reach out to your audience, how you convert your audience from audience to community to clients. And then it becomes a numbers game of scale and volume, right? That's what it becomes. You refine your offer as you go along. And from year 1, like your offer from year 1 is probably not going to be the same offer that's going to go into automatic mode. And you won't want it to, because businesses, you iterate, right? You put it out there, you get some feedback, you say, oh, I can make it better, I can do this, I can do that. Oh, is that what you really want? Okay, I don't got to do all this other work. No, never mind, just give you this. And you tweak it. And then with that information, then you can create something that you can go on quote unquote autopilot with, for sure. But it takes work. And I think that I don't want people to run away from it, because you are literally creating your life. Like, that should be so exciting to you. You're creating an asset. Like, you can create an asset, you can build a business, you can build a house. Like, but you are creating something that you can sell perhaps later, or that you can pass down, or it can just be a business that runs for you. And I think you should be very excited about it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's such an amazing feeling to know that ideas in your head are now, people are experiencing it, and you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. And also not just experiencing it, but it's changing people's lives. People are like, this is great. This is exactly what I need. That's an amazing feeling, to help people and also help yourself. It's amazing. All right. If there are no questions, if there's no questions, no comments, anything like that, I just want to say thank you all so much. I'm looking at my paper, even though I don't have my glasses on, so I got to bring it up real close. Okay. I just want to say thank you all so much. 1, for listening and supporting the podcast. I really, really appreciate it. It means so much to me. The growth of the podcast has been astronomical since I launched it in May 2020. Had no idea people would want to listen to this podcast. I just created it because I wanted to listen to the podcast, and I wanted to be nosy and ask all these amazing women their life stories. And I needed the cover of a podcast to do it. So it's amazing that it has touched so many people's lives, and that you all listen to it and you guys all enjoy it so much. It means so much to me. I also want to say that the Flourish in the Foreign community is actually launching. So if you are not a part of the newsletter, get a part of the newsletter, because I'm going to be allowing a little bit of people slowly into the community for the Flourish in the Foreign community. And I'm super duper excited, because it's going to be a community where, 1, we have interviews with past podcast guests, book club. 2, I'm going to be coming in, doing lives whenever, but also we'll have scheduled chats, talking about podcast episodes, talking about living abroad, just talking, shooting the shit. So we'll be doing that. And also you'll be having a community of like-minded people who believe that they deserve a life well lived, and that are rooting their move abroad experience, or their living abroad experience, or current living abroad experience, in wellness, and they want to be around people that are on that same vibe. So If that sounds interesting to you, make sure that you're on the Flourish in the Foreign email list. You can get on the email list at flourishintheforeign.com. And then you can get the email when I say, hey, y'all, come join this community. It's going to be real fun. I already have a lot of content in there, actually, already. Just creating content for y'all. A lot of cool stuff. Going to be more bonus episodes. Some of these episodes are actually going to be really great. It's just like I couldn't fit it into season 1. I just couldn't. Like, I had to move on. So, a lot of great content there. All right. And again, if you are interested in building a business abroad, check out the Build a Business Abroad resource at buildabusinessabroad.com at flourishintheforeign.com/resource. Download the Build a Business Abroad guide. Also, if you're interested in moving abroad with intention, go ahead and grab that Move Abroad with Intention guide. Now, because actually both of these resources are going to be not available soon. I'm actually going to change them out. So, if you're watching it now, if you're watching it later, now you guys have the heads up. But the resources are going to be changing up a little bit. And these guides, which are really information packed, are not going to be available for free $99 no more. Sorry. It's New Year. The price has gone up. I don't know. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, let me know. Definitely go check out the website, flourishintheforeign.com. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments, DM me, email me, and I will talk with you guys soon. Bye.